Good evening, students. So today we are going to learn Shannon-Fano algorithm. This Shannon-Fano algorithm or encoding method is basically used for or used in data compression or source encoding. So data compression and source encoding are basically same, and this source encoding and data compression is a process of encoding, or we can say converting data in such a way that it can consume less memory space. This data compression, basically what it does, it reduces number of resources that are required to store or transmit data. So there are basically two coding or two methods or two algorithm I can say available for source encoding or data compression. One of them is Shannon-Fano algorithm and another one is Huffman coding. We're going to learn this Huffman coding in the next lecture, and today we are going to understand this Shannon-Fano algorithm. This Shannon-Fano, this name is after two American mathematicians whose name were one was Claude Shannon and another one was Robert Fano. And these two mathematicians basically gave two different but related techniques for constructing a prefix code based on a set of symbols and their probabilities. Okay, so basically, to clearly understand the Shannon-Fano algorithm, I'm going to take one example so that you can easily understand how this is going to work. So for this, I'm taking a set of or a sequence of message, and this sequence of message is basically like this. Suppose x has x1, x2, x3, x4, x5 and x6. So here we have a sequence of 6 messages from x1 to x6, and their probability of occurrences are like this. For x1 the probability of occurrence is 0.3. This all probability of occurrence messages, sequence of messages, this all we have already learned in our previous lecture. So this for x1 probability of occurrence is 0.3, for x2 probability of occurrence is 0.25, for x3 it is 0.2, for x4 it is 0.12, for x5 it is 0.08, for x6 it is 0.05. So okay, so for this basically I can say that probability of occurrence is like this. Okay, so to solve this particular to find out the coding out of this numerical, there are several steps. Okay, so the primary step, initially what you have to do, primary step initially what we have to do, we have to initially arrange all these messages in decreasing order. But as we can see from this example that already these messages are in decreasing order as per their probability of occurrence. Okay, there is no disturbed order. These messages are already in the decreasing order, so we don't have to change the order here. If suppose if the numerical was like this, that x5 has the probability of occurrence 0.05 and x6 had the probability of occurrence of 0.08, then we have to arrange it is like this: x1, x2, x3, x4, then x6 and then x5. Okay, so we have to arrange these messages in the decreasing order only. Okay, but these all messages are already in a particular order, so we are not going to change the order. So to solve this, first what we have to do, we have to write all the messages in such a way. For x, x1, x2, x3, x4, x5, x6. This is quite simple. This is very simple. You just have to understand how to solve this. For x, now their probability of occurrences are like this. For x1 probability of occurrence is 0.3, for x2 it is 0.25, for x3 it is 0.2, for x4 it is 0.12, for x5 it is 0.08, for x6 it is 0.05. Okay, so initially what we have to do, we have to simply, this was your probability of occurrence. This is your x, this is the probability of occurrence. Okay, now what we have to do in step 2, this was your, okay, I can write it like step 1 because that was your primary step where we have arranged all the messages in the decreasing order. So this is your step 1. In step 1, what we are going to do, we are simply, listen carefully, what we are going to do, we are simply going to divide all these 6 probability into 2 portions, 2 parts. Okay, we are going to divide these probability into 2 parts, but we cannot divide these probability randomly. There is a simple rule. What is that rule? That rule states that if we divide all these probability into 2 segments, then those 2 parts should have some sort of equilibrium. Okay, there should not be a much difference between these 2 parts. Okay, how's this? Suppose I'm taking, okay, suppose if I add 0.3 and 0.25, so it will become 0.55. Okay, if I add 0.2 also here, so it will become 0.75. Okay, so it is 0.75. Now if we consider these 3, so if I add these 3, 0.12, then 0.08, so it will become 0.25. Now for these 3, the total is 0.75. For these 3, total is 0.25. So there is a big difference between these two, because here total is 0.75, here total is 0.25. So we have to balance out this difference. So what we are going to do, we are simply going to take this 0.2 here. Okay, so now what will happen? See, now if I add in this sequence, then what is going to happen? If I add 0.3, 0.25, it will become 0.55. If I add 0.2 here, 0.2 plus 0.12 plus 0.08 plus 0.05, so it will become 0.45. Now these two sums, these two probabilities are almost equal. So we have to divide, if I want to consider 0.3 separate, then also there would be a big difference. So this is the best combination where we are going to consider these two probability in one group and these 4 probability in another group. Okay, so I'm going to form the group here. So what I am going to do, I'm going to form the group here. How? These 2 probability in one group and these 4 probability in another group. These 2 in one group and these 4 in another group. Okay, so now we have 2 because we have only 2 bits. What we are doing, we are assigning some codes to these probabilities. Okay, this we are going to do as I said in the initial introduction. So for code, if I talk about bits, so there are only 2 bits, 0 or 1. Okay, so I can assign either 0 or 1 to these groups. Okay, you can assign anything. You can assign 1 to this group or 0 to this group. Okay, or you can assign 0 to this group or 1 to this group. It is your choice, because this 0 or 1, this doesn't matter. The length, what we are going to get in the last, the length of that particular code is going to matter. Okay, so this doesn't going to matter. You can write anything, but you have to assign same bit to one group and same bit to another group. Is it clear? Now step 2. Step 2. In step 2, this is your step 2. Now again, this is your one group, this is your one group, and this is your another group. So now we have to divide this group also into 2 portions and this group into 2 parts. Okay, so here we have only 2 options. One is this and another one is this. So there we don't have any other option. So I'm going to assign 0 it and 1 here. This is complete. Okay, but now here we have 4 probabilities and we have to divide these 4 probabilities into 2 portions. So 2 part. So how we are going to divide? So first consider this. For this, the probability is 0.2. If I add this and 0.12, so what I'm going to get? I'm going to get 0.32. if I add these two probabilities, so I'm going to get 0.13. So for these two probabilities, addition is, for lower two probabilities, addition is 0.13. For these two probabilities, addition is 0.32. So that means here also the difference is large. So this combination is not going to work. So what I'm going to do, for this probability, this is 0.2, and if I add these three probability, so this is 0.2 and 0.05, so this is 0.25. Now in this case, this probability is 0.2, this is 0.25, so this is going to work. So I'm going to divide these four probability in this group like this, one in this and one is this. So one group is this and one group is this. I'm going to divide like this. Okay, now we also have two groups. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to assign 0 to this group and 1 to this group. Now step 3. In step 3, what I'm going to do, this is already done. This is 0, 0. This is already done. This portion is done. This 0 is also here. So now we have to divide these 3. This is also done, 0. Now we have to divide these 3 into 2 groups. Here the probability is 0.12. Here the probability is 0.08 and the probability is 0.05. Sum of these two probabilities is 0.13 and this is 0.12. So this is very clear that I'm going to divide these three probability in this way. This is in one group. This was already done. And these two probabilities in another group. I'm taking another color for better clarity. These two in one group and this two in one group. So I'm going to assign 0 to this and again 1 to this. Now step 4. It's very easy. I'm just slowing it down so that you can understand it very clearly. Otherwise it is very easy. If you're going to do it on your own, it will be done within a few minutes. Okay, now we have this is done. For x1 it is done, for x2 it is done, for x3 is also done, x4 is also done. Now we have x5 and x6, this group. So here also we have only two probabilities, so it is going to divide like very simply. I'll assign 0 here, 1 here. Now we have final code. Okay, for final code, for x1 the code is, I'm taking some another color. Okay, I'm taking this black only. For x1 the code is this 0 0. For x2 the code is this 0 1. For x3 the code is this 1 0 0. For x4 the code is this 1 1 0. For x5 the code is this 1 1 1 0. For x6 the code is this 1 1 1 1. This is the code. If I write the length, so I can easily see for x1 the code length is 2, for x2 the code length is 2, for x3 the code length is 3 now because 1 2 3 there are 1 2 3 3 digits. For x4 code length is again 3, for x5 now code length is 4, for x6 the code length is 4. So it is like this. This is simple, very clear. Now what I'm going to do in Shannon-Fano algorithm, now I'm going to find out entropy, that is Hx. Entropy is, because we have 6 symbols, 6 messages, entropy is summation k is equals to, that we have already studied this, how to calculate entropy. K is from 1 to 6 because we have 6 messages, and the probability for all 6 messages getting multiplied by the information information contained in these messages information. Okay, And so it is like this: k is equals to 1 to 6. This is your pk. For information, the formula is this: log 1 upon pk. Okay, so I'm going to solve this. First first probability p1, log 1 upon p1 plus p2 log 1 upon p2 plus p3 log 1 upon p3 plus p4 log 1 upon p4 plus p5 log 1 upon p5 plus p6 log 1 upon p6. It is like this. Okay, now from here p1 is 0.3 and 0.25 and 0.2, so I am going to put the values here. p1 0.3, 0.3, just a second, 0.3 multiply by log 1 upon 0.3 plus, then second value was 0.25 for x2, 0.25 log 1 upon 0.25 plus 0.2 log 1 upon 0.2 plus 0.12 log 1 upon 0.12 plus 0.08 log 1 upon 0.08 plus 0.05 log 1 upon 0.05. If I solve this, then I'm going to get 2.36 bit per symbols. This was your entropy, 0.36 this. Now I'm going to calculate code length. Code length, that is L. Okay, so to calculate code length, capital L, what is the formula? We have to multiply probabilities with the length corresponding to that particular message. So here for x1 the probability is 0.3, and for x1, here I'm taking this, for x1 the probability is 0.3, and for x1 the code length is 2. Okay, for x2 code length is 2, for x3 it is 3, for x4 it is 3, x5 4 and 4. So I'm going to take this. For 0.3 the code length was 2, plus for 0.25 the code length was 2 again, plus for 0.2 third message code length was 2, plus for 0.12 code length was 3, plus for 0.08 code length was 4, plus for 0.05 code length was 4. Okay, it is like this only for x3. Okay, just a second, there was some here, it is not 0 because we have already divided this. Okay, now we were only dividing this in step 3. We were dividing this only, this group only, so it was 0 only. So here it was 1 0 only. This was not here, it was only 1 0. So here also the length was, it was by mistake, the length was 2 only. Okay, now this is the code length. If I solve this numerical, so I'm going to get around 2.38 bits per symbols. Now finally I have to calculate the efficiency. So efficiency is basically entropy Hx divided by code length. So your entropy was 2.36, here it was 2.36 right here, and your code length is 2.38. So 2.36 divided by 2.38, that would become around 0.99. So basically your efficiency out of this numerical is around 99%. Okay, so this is how we solve Shannon-Fano algorithm. It is quite easy. Okay, so we just have to divide all the probabilities into the groups unless the last two probabilities are left. Okay, so in next lecture I'm going to teach you Huffman code.